Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here, the Transformers review. In this review, take a look at Transformers Warpath Cybertron Trilogy, Netflix Soundwave. Here is his box art. All you really get here is new artwork on the side, which is pretty cool. It's not much, it's not big. Turn to the back, you see the figure. Comes with Ravage and Laserbeak. 19 steps get you around here to his tape deck mode. 4 steps for Laserbeak, 7 for Ravage. Over here you get your Netflix or Cybertron artwork right there, right from the box. Top, bottom, some mumbo jumbo. Let's look at Soundwave and his minions. Alright, so here's Soundwave in all his glory. This is his G180's goodness. He's got the cartoon look with the red visor and more of the yellow, the gold on the sides and the legs. He looks more like he came out of the cartoon than he did Cybertronian from the Siege version. So take a quick look at what he comes with. He comes with a new version of Laserbeak. This is his version. This is the Siege version that came in a 2-pack with Ravage. So you can see the paint differences here in cassette mode are plentiful. It's exactly the same mold of everything except for the head, and when he's in his bird mode, he has more like the spaceship head in the Siege, kind of like the more meets the eye cartoon. And this one here, he comes with Netflix, has the bird head on this one. But otherwise, it's exactly the same. Gray is a little bit different on the new one here. It's more of a straight gray. This one here almost looks like it's hard to explain. You can see it in person. This is more flat. This has like a marbly effect, I guess is what you can say. So that is Laserbeak. And then he comes with Ravage as well. Hard to tell apart, but the new one has like the cassette writings and stuff on it. Then this one is the Siege version. But this one, I think they had a missed opportunity here, and I'll talk about that more when we look at the cassettes. Also, with Soundwave, you get his weapons. You get this gun here, which is going to be his shoulder gun. You just plug it in right here, like so. You come down and he has this gun right here as well. And you want to push this out, grab this part, and you want to pull it till it clicks. Now that part's out. That's his handheld weapon. Stick it right there in his hand. And he also comes with this gun here, which I don't ever use for this figure. It can also unfold and become a longer weapon like this. But then it likes to be held upside down because your iron sight's down here. It's there. I mean, it's I think a gun that maybe I can give to someone who doesn't have a weapon, like Sunstreaker, someone like that. But that's another weapon he does come with. Let's go ahead and shoot off some comparisons. Okay, the first one is Netflix Soundwave versus Siege Soundwave. You can see the Siege has all the battle damage on him with the Netflix version. It is very, very clean. It is a very clean, simplified look. This one is a little more toy with the eye band being yellow. And if you look at it hard enough, you will be able to tell that the Siege version looks taller. And honestly, I think it is like 1/8 of an inch or so, just barely a little bit taller. It just seems like he's got a little bit of height here on the other Soundwave. Just ever so slightly. I think it's in the thighs. I think it pushes him up slightly because they redid the thighs and the knees. And of course, the bottom, first the whole bottom half is brand new. So that's the thing we can go over real quick. What's new on Netflix Soundwave? Well, you got new thighs, knees, legs here in the shins. You do have the exact same feet. You have the same forearms and hands on this guy. The difference here is the Siege has that red band, which a lot of people like. I like it too. And if you want to, these arms can pop off because they're just mushroom pegs. You smooth this out of your way and slide them out. These are mushroom pegs as well, but they're a little bit harder because they're kind of behind this hinge right here. So you'll have to try to work that out if you pop it. So you can switch it and put those on here, but then you'll get the dirty battle damage look on the forearms here. And also you'll lose the smoothness and the gray there because the top of the shoulders are different on each figure. They do have the same cassette door. It's just painted differently with no battle damage here. They have the same side pieces here on the waist. They have the same waist flaps. Now the piece here with the middle buttons is new on Earthrise Soundwave. Also the head sculpt, while very similar, is actually different. This has a little more detail on it. This is more clean, like a cartoon look would be. Turn to the side. You can see more of the figure. Now with this one you have the more G1-esque backpack. Or this one you have this kibble that goes for his spaceship mode. You do have a butt flap because the front here on the waist is a fake piece. So when you get him in cassette mode, this was going to be the front here, which I don't mind. It is well hidden. You're only going to see it if you turn him to the very back. It's not bad at all. And I think either way, you can't go wrong with either Soundwave. They're both excellent looking figures. If you just want that G1 tape deck mode, Earthrise, Netflix is the way to go. Now next to G1 Soundwave. Now this is the reissue, the Walmart reissue that came out this year, last year. I think it was I can't remember which year it was now. But this is the one that came out then. So you can see how it looks with a G1 type figure. Because this is changed here on the buttons from the actual G1 toy. But as G1 Soundwave is a lot bigger. It was a nice figure for its time. It had a lot more articulation than a lot of G1 Transformers did have. He's got knees, which bend the wrong way, but still he had knees. He has a little bit of hip movement. He had elbows, shoulders, head rotation. So he had more movement than what you usually got out of G1 Transformers. Of course, nothing's going to top nowadays engineering. A little more comparisons on the side. Turn to the back where you see where they mimic the battery compartment door. Now next to Earthrise Megatron. I don't know which Megatron you're going to put this with, but here he is next to Earthrise. Next to the more cartoon cel-shaded version, the 35th from Walmart. And next to the Walmart Netflix Megatron. I like all three Megatrons in certain ways. Earthrise just fails on the head sculpt, but I'm not sure. I still can't decide which Megatron is going to be a Megatron, but this is Soundwave with 3 different Megatrons. Alright, let's go a little more detail on Soundwave, which I already did a lot of detail comparing it with the Siege version. But that light piping, that is a thing of beauty. It's about some of the best light piping I've seen. I think the old Rebuilder Shield Cyclonus had some of the best light piping. This light piping here is excellent. That is the light piping lit up. You can turn it, tell as I turn it, it goes away. Turn it back. Look at that. I don't know. I think when light piping is done right, it is phenomenal. Now, sometimes it's not done good at all. They have too much crap in the back that blocks the light, so this is like dead eyes. And that's the thing with Siege. A lot of them had light piping. As Earthrise came around, most of them just had painted eyes. And I kind of missed the light piping because you can get a nice effect with the lights. I really do like that. Other details, yes, he can articulate his hand up to his cassette door again if you really wanted to do that. Just got to get his hand around the right way, and he can push on a little button up there and pop his door open, and you can put his cassettes in. I'd recommend Laserbeak because he's just a little bit thinner, and he just ejects a little bit better than Ravage does. Just close it up, push it down. Whoa, really shot him out. Laserbeak eject, Operation fall to the ground. So pretty cool that that actually molded him to do that, which is a carryover from Siege. Articulation on this Soundwave, these little flaps here do move out of your way so you can get a kick to the front. Kick to the back a little bit. This is in your way back here. It does move up so you can get further movement in the back. You can kick out to the sides. His arms are very stiff on the joints here. To the sides, full split. Knee bends there, ankle tilts to there. He doesn't have as much as some figures do. No toe taps. He's got a 360 waist swivel right here. He's got shoulders can go up to here. 360 them around. Bicep swivels, elbow bends all the way up to here. No wrist swivels. Hand is pinned through to fold in and out. Head, you got to slide up. Maybe a little bit of a down. You can 360 all the way around. It does spin around for a transformation. So that, oh yeah, and you got thigh swivels right here as well if I missed that. So lots of articulation on this Soundwave. You got really tight joints here in the shoulders and the bicep swivels on this figure. They're pretty tight. So now if you got the Centurion drone select figure, you got the accessory pack. It does come with a Megatron that you can now have your Decepticons wield. You know, I think Skywarp held them, Soundwave held them, and Starscream. So we just take Megatron here and just put it in his hand. So now Soundwave can wield Megatron. Alright, so let's take a look at the Laserbeak that comes with him. Let's transform that really easy. Just bring the legs down like this. Bring the bird head out. Condor head, whatever these things are. Come on, commit. I want you out. You can see I'm trying. There we go. Grab the head, pull it out. We got a nice G1-esque. Come on! This is really, yeah. I think he's just giving me problems for. Get the out, man. Okay. What the? This is some bullshit. Get out. Okay. Alright, get the bird head out finally. You pull his wings to the side. This piece here, then it will fold up and over. And you have Laserbeak transformed. Really like the new head on this figure here. And the paint job is nice as well. If you had the upgrade kit from Deep Space Arsenal that for your Siege Laserbeak, yes, I know DSA, Deep Space Arsenal, is no longer in business. But if you have this, I'm showing off that this can still fit on this one as well and give it more of that G1 flavor. Alright, quick comparisons here of the Laserbeak. This is Siege. This is the Netflix that came with Soundwave. You can see the differences here in Condor mode, bird mode. Pretty much the exact same, just the paint, like I said, is different and it has the new head sculpt. Alright, so taking a look at Ravage, we're going to transform him real fast. It's very simple. Take these little legs here to the front. Take this part from the back here. You're going to bring his back legs down. This gray piece here is going to fold out. There is a little hole here, a little tab here. You're going to bring that up and you're going to tab that together. And then you're going to spin these around this way to where this little missile that would be on the back of Ravage is going to be facing at an angle up. Bring the legs down. They're in the front here. Try to anyway. There we go. Bring those down. Then you're going to take his head here, bring that up and out. Pull it all the way up. Front arms and then fold down like so. And you have now transformed Ravage into his, I think his Jaguar. Alright, so let's compare the Ravage with Siege Ravage here. Siege Ravage, here is this Ravage. Pretty much exactly the same figure. Paint applications are different. The head sculpt is different. You might not notice it right off the bat. But this one, of course, has silver eyes. The Siege one has red eyes. But the Siege one's mouth is closed. Whereas the one that comes with Netflix Soundwave's mouth is open. Okay. I think what they should have done, instead give us another Ravage. I think this one is they're pretty much very close anyway. And that's a very slight change there. I think they should just give us a Buzzsaw. I mean, just go ahead and give us Buzzsaw. We haven't got him yet. We need him. They should just give us Buzzsaw in this 2-pack. And yes, Laserbeak can rest on Soundwave's arms. Either arm will do. It has these little 4 points here that are dipped in. 2, 3, 4. And that just catches onto the feet here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just want to line that up. And you'll just push it down. And it's kind of latches on. It's not like a good tab, like it's really holding. But it is there, so he can now have Laserbeak perched on his arm. Alright, so let's transform Soundwave. Very simple. Remove his weapons from his hand. Take this one here off the top. Put it to the side. Come down here. Fold his hands inside his forearms. Like this. Come around to the back. Pull this piece down. Fold his head down inside. Bring it back up. These little tabs can go right in the slots there. Come down to his legs. Back here on the back side, you want to open this little blue flap. You can grab it right here in this little tab. Pull it up. Open this gray piece out, fold the foot inside of it, close this back down. This little piece here will latch under there. So let's get that and catch it. Now do the same on the other leg. Open this up, fold that out. Foot goes in, bring this down over the foot and latch it in. Come up to the torso. You want to 180 him at the waist to get the cassette door lined up with the new buttons. Come to his arms. You're going to untab them here. They're going to fold to the back. There's these tabs in the back of the shoulders. They're going to go in these slots right here. There is a tab here that's going to go right here, and a tab where is it? Right here. It's going to go right down there. So it's just about lining all that up and tabbing it. So you're going to turn them at the bicep swivel. So when you get those tabbed in, now you can line that up and tab that in as well. Then you're going to come down here to the legs. You're going to turn them at the bicep swivel until this inside is facing you, so you can see the part of the cassette. And you're just going to fold it up like G1. And there is this little slot here, tab right here. And that's just going to lock into that spot. Let's push it in. Same on the other side. Grab this, bring it up. These little gray pieces here are now fold out. They'll fill in the little gap that was there. And you just fold it back down. And you have transformed Soundwave into a cassette player mode. Now, next thing you want to do is turn him to the back side. You can store his weapons now on the back. Let's take this one. Just want to peg it in right there. Take this gun here, collapse this back in, and just peg it on the other side. Because these don't fit in the battery compartment, because that's where his head is hiding. Then if you're going to use this gun, it can now peg in right up here. Now you have him holding all of his weapons. Alright, with Soundwave in his cassette mode, you can see right here off the bat I got a little paint mishap right here. Some of this silver paint has chipped off. Otherwise, he's got some nice silver paint here on the sides, right here, and on the buttons. He's got translucent plastic doors painted yellow, gold. It's a dark blue here, a bright blue right here. That'd be the record battery light. It's where a pin is. I'm surprised they didn't touch that up with a little bit of red paint or something for the little red light. He's got this gray plastic here that you folded out, silver on the sides. And of course, button down, door opens, put a cassette inside. Turn to the side, you got this right here, not too bad. Turn to the back, it gets kind of, I don't know, awkward in the back. It's just so much going on, almost looks like a spaceship from the back. Underside, you can see where everything's folded. It's not like G1 where it folds it very compact and it actually looks like a cassette kind of all the way around. This from the back and from underneath, you can really tell it's not what it appears to be. Compare that with the G1. You can see right here they have the red sticker light and everything. So this is Netflix G1 Soundwave, or G1 Reissue Soundwave. You turn this from the back, you see how you can store the weapons inside the battery compartment. And actually, it sort of more likely resembles stuff in the back. It folds up more compact, a little more neat. But of course, it's not doing in robot mode what this one here does with all the articulation that you do get. So that is the comparison between G1 and Netflix. Another comparison, if you got this Centurion drone pack, here is the little Soundwave that comes with it. Very small, very tiny. Show it off right here with the Laserbeak that comes with him. And also, this is the Ravage that comes with him as well. Alright, so final thoughts on Netflix Soundwave. I would say it's probably the best representation of Soundwave we've gotten since G1 and Masterpiece. I'm kind of not going to really include Masterpiece for that, because that's its own separate thing that it is trying to accomplish. Since G1 and a regular release of Soundwave, this is probably the best one I think we've gotten so far. Very G1 reminiscent, very nostalgic, transforms to his G1 alt mode, and it can pose extremely well. Comes here he is with all his little minions. The only probably the downside to say to this figure, besides the little paint problem I have on right here, is they left this over from Siege. So you have this little extra flap of weaponry and stuff, whatever, underneath his forearms. So that is, you know, it became like a landing gear, I think, also, and he's in his spaceship mode. So it's a little awkward on the bottom side, but that is probably the only, like, I think, negative on this figure, in my opinion. Now, the light piping on this guy is gorgeous. It was really good on Siege Soundwave. It looks even better behind the red visor eyes. If you find Soundwave, I would definitely recommend you pick this one up and replace your Siege Soundwave with this guy. I want to say thanks for watching this review. Until the next one, peace out.